KATTFEST 2016. This is Cameron Buchholtz, and I am here with Britt Rose.
Hello, we are here, my first KATTFEST, and interviewing David Draiman.
What's going on, sir? How's it going? We're hanging on your bus.
Everything's good. It's just hot.
It is very, very hot.
It's a relief to be in this bus. It feels great in here.
Welcome, welcome.
Now, are you still going to have the giant trench coat or whatever your stage garb?
The show must go on regardless. I can't put on any less of a show just because it's hot.
Sure,
right?
sure. But maybe that's something to work out like a in the heat show garb though. Like there's got to be a way.
Maybe I can put like a little air conditioning in the actual coat. You never
right,
know.
some sort of I don't know what's that suit they make or the material they make, like the old like Southern plantation owner suits. I don't know, like whatever that material is. I don't know. But now you guys are out with Breaking Benjamin and Alter Bridge and Saint Asonia, and you've been out for a few weeks now, most of the summer I think, right? Like July-ish.
We're going on about little less than 6 weeks now.
Gotcha. And how's the whole summer run been going?
It's been amazing. Amazing. Playing to larger crowds than we've ever played to before on a summer tour. Just really, really enjoying it. Great camaraderie, great energy.
Yeah. And were you guys out last summer? I'm trying to remember when the record came out. Did you guys have a big summer tour last year?
We did not have a big summer tour last year because we kept the record a secret.
That's right. Okay.
And it only came out in August.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's kind of hard to tour when nobody knows that there's one coming.
Right.
So
do you think the hiatus, do you think is why maybe you're a bit, some of the part of why you're playing so much bigger crowds?
I think that's definitely a factor. I think that, absence definitely makes the heart grow fonder, but, everything really has been working in our favor this cycle. Mm-hmm. Every single has blown up. The success of the cover of The Sound of Silence is well above and beyond our expectations. I'm sure it's helping us reach fans that we either did not have before or reinvigorated existing ones. So it's been probably a perfect storm of elements that have led to it.
I think that is the most requested song on our station, The Sound of Silence cover.
I'm happy to hear that.
I think it is our actually most played song of 2016 thus far.
Awesome.
But we just started playing the new single, Open Your Eyes.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming on board early with that. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. So tell me about Open Your Eyes. That's kind of the one that maybe people aren't as familiar with. So what's kind of the origins of that?
Well, the lyrical content is pretty self-explanatory. We live in a world where we're barraged by information. And it's information that differs. In fact, a friend of mine and I were just having a conversation about this online, depending on who's presenting it. Mm-hmm. And the truth is often hidden within a whole bunch of smoke and mirrors and narrative and false flags and things of that nature.
Sure.
So it's encouraging people to look beyond what's immediately in front of them, what's thrust upon them on their screens, and to try and find the real truth and the real essence of what they should be doing in their lives, and to wake up.
And have you had some fans react to that, or are there people?
It's still too early to say.
Yeah.
We've played it a number of times live. We'll be playing it tonight in the set. But it's just starting to begin its climb.
Sure.
So the recognition factor is not quite yet there for people to have what you're describing at this point.
Right.
I look forward to that happening.
I do have to ask, in the past you went for a more darker album or type of vibe. In the Immortalize you went for a more positive, show me the light type of vibe. Well, that's what I got out of it. Can you tell me something about that? What inspired you to go that direction?
There's a little bit of yin and yang on this record as well. I mean, there certainly is a couple of directions taken that are definitely in the direction that you're describing.
Right.
And the one thing that we did say going into this writing cycle was that there would not be any limitations of any kind, that we'd go in whatever direction simply felt best, and we would use our own intuition as the barometer and not rule anything out. So songs like, for instance, The Light on the record, or our cover version of The Sound of Silence, or songs like You're Mine, and others like that, definitely do take on a little bit more of a positive note. But there's still stuff like The Vengeful One,
right,
and stuff like the title track "Immortalized" in and of itself, that and even going into very, very dark territory with tracks like "Save Our Last Goodbye." We're all getting older. We're all better at what we do. We're all more open to doing things we've never done before. We don't really feel that we're confined to any sort of classification that we have to be imprisoned by. So at this point, for us, Disturbed is what we make it. So it's nice to be able to finally have that freedom.
Awesome. And one of those maybe what you make it things, I've heard that you are bringing out local string quartets to help you guys with Sound of Silence every night?
Duos or trios.
Oh, okay.
It hasn't been a quartet for a while, but...
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what's the process of finding those people, and like have there been anywhere like, oh, well, maybe you weren't good enough to do this? Or,
No. Well, we have a broker, actually, and he was actually... Our tour manager also used to do some work for Josh Groban, and so he got to... know what it's like having to hire local classical talents.
So you're not just posting on your Facebook like, hey.
No. This is a guy who's got a network of classical musicians that work with him in specific markets, that you send them the sheet music ahead of time and they learn it, and they are ready to go when you're ready to play. So it makes it a little bit easier.
Awesome.
What are some of your favorite things to do to spark creativity for writing? Like, especially if you're coming out with something new. I know you probably can't talk about it yet.
It's interesting that you use the word spark.
Yes.
No.
What sparks it? The creativity. Yeah.
Creativity is usually fostered by the three of us pulling it out of one another when we're in a room creating together, but truth be told is I like to spark a little something before I actually get creative.
Right.
So
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. We are in Oklahoma City, aren't we? Yes.
Best day for it.
Is it?
You better be pretty specific about what you're sparking, is actually the...
Yeah. Well, why don't we leave it at that so I don't get myself into too much trouble around here?
Well, awesome, man. I don't think we need to take up any more of your time, but really appreciate you sitting down with us. Looking forward to the show tonight.
My pleasure. Thank you for you guys' support. Thanks for coming on board early with Open Your Eyes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's a great track. So thanks, man.